Live as my dudes, Mac is back, reminding everybody to remain hydrated, to get hydrated if you're not hydrated. And yes, I'm outside. How good is outside? Well, I don't mind outdoors personally. All I need to know is, can you hear me? Am I audible out here? I mean, it's a good microphone, but I have to wonder, of course, you know, a Boston tang to it. What we have here, we have an offset smoker, and over here, a kettle barbecue. I'm going to be using both, because why not? Not that much. Basically. Did my bot just welcome itself? What? Explain. I'm thinking the first thing I'm going to do is some short rib. Short rib. Now the reason I'm going with short rib first is very simple. They take long. They take fucking long. 125-ish to 130 or approximately 250 Fahrenheit for you freedom unit users, for whatever fucking reason. That's a good cooking temperature for pretty much anything low and slow smoke-wise. I'm also not pointing at a lawnmower. I will not be cooking anything in the lawnmower, but it can stay there because that's where the lawnmower goes. I'm not even using the mower for cutting. Shake my head. What do you mean? The grass is fine. You want to stream mowing? Now, obviously, I recommend having clean hands. I've already washed my hands about 30 times today because of the other stuff I was doing. Let's grab ourselves the top seasoning of all time. Y'all know it. Salt. If you don't have any salt in the house, please leave my stream because why wouldn't you have salt? Now, I use flaky salt because it's quite big crystal, but not only is it big, it's actually very thin. The garlic powder is not too heavy on that. What we're going to do, go over to our smoker and put these in. So that's tempered just a touch to about 120 degrees. These right in here, the back of the smoker there. Close her up. Drinking while you're barbecuing. So what we got here is some Pedro's single fin. You guys, if you want to sponsor my stream, you make sure to reach out. This is quite nice. Middle Easterners will love this, of course. We've got lamb. Lamb! So same thing here too. We're going to treat these just ever so slightly differently. So we're going to go salt again. Some sweet smoked paprika. You should definitely use paprika in your cooking because it's actually delightful. Rosemary. Sprinkle a little bit of that shit on there. Into the old smoker, as is. Without dropping the mac. Thank you. Good old-fashioned steak in New York strip. A porterhouse is a slight dry brine. One of these in New York is naming everything. Legit. And we do the same thing. But for dry brining, salt it up, flip her over, salt the other side. What I'm actually going to do here, let this sit with just the salt on it, because that will reabsorb all the excess salt. One thing that's nice in a smoker, that I think anybody who actually enjoys fish is fish. Salmon fillets. Now salmon you don't need to do too much with. Usually, just a touch of salt. These vegetables do take a little while in the smoker, so we'll do up some veggies. Now I've got some chili oil here, so I'm just going to pop the dash of that in a pan. Yeah, he's a cutie. Okay, you look with sunglasses on. I'm a very cool guy, Brick. I'm a very cool guy. If it had been much brighter, I would have kept him on the whole time. Is grab some potatoes. Right. In my homegrown chili flakes. Onion powder. This will just kind of give it a little bit of extra onioniness. But good. Right in the smoker. Or is Mac in my backyard? I don't think so. It looks like my backyard. How many banana trees do you have in your backyard, Katie? Baby banana tree. Chicken. I have a whole chicken. Now this will make crunching, but is what is commonly known as a spatchcock chicken. Knock out the middle now as well again. And so we're just going to go, and sorry to anybody who doesn't like bone crunching, but put half this chicken back in the fridge for now. This half of this chicken. I'm going to douse this in some garlic powder. Macadamia oil. Macadamias are just very common in Australia. That's just going to go into the smoker. It's in a little bit further away like that. And we got some nicely rendering fat there on the lamb. It is time for this barbecue. Them red Yeezys. No, they're not Yeezy. They're, I don't know, Puma or something. We're going to grab those little lamb pinwheels. They are done. So just allow it to sit. What that gives us time to do is grab another beer. It's not really a problem. It's not toxic smoke. I'm not going to start dying. Ideally. Coming up! So once these have chilled out, it's just nice and easy slice through it. Soft and spongy, pinkish sort of colour still left. And I tell you, it's not bad. You don't have to flip it either with the smoke. I think the smoke goes all the way around. Look at that. Oh, there, perfect. In some sugar basket. And that, like I say, the salmon should probably be done as well. One other thing worth noting about salmon is it's always pretty soft. I'm not even going to bother with a knife because I don't think we'll need it. We'll just be like, whoop. And we should have inside the salmon nice little whitish pink. Yeah, that's it, that's it. It's juicy. And that's what you want. Nice fresh bit of salmon. It's got that mild fish taste. And it just peels away. Breaks apart, Brick. Just breaks apart. Everything else in here, though, is going to need a bit longer. When that's hot, we're going to stick a steak on it. Now, as you recall, our steak from earlier, crack a pepper. Because, well, why the fuck not? Garlic powder. What's going to happen is it's going to flare up. And you should, I don't know if you'll hear it, but I hope you will. You want to hear a sizzle when you put it on with our trusty dusty tongs. We want this. We want a nice sear. I'm going to shift this to the other side of the barbecue. I'm going to cook it like it's in an oven. Two things will happen. It will not stick and it will get some lemon flavour. No, no, no. No, no, no. I knew it was going to happen. We love a good bit of lemon. Why would you do that? Because I'm fucking funny, Brick. I don't know if you even know me, to be honest. I want this to... Oh yeah, they're coming along. Oh, they're nice and soft. Oh yeah. Mwah. Mwah. Very slight citrusy taste at the base. And just flakes out. To show you what the bottom of it looks like. Well, it's juicy. I'll put that in there as well. I won't get too full of salmon. But note the different colour. Different colour for it versus... So that's the barbecue. Smoked. Because it's not meat. All the moisture is held in by these little kernels. It's buttery, it's salty, but fuck man, it tastes like corn. Steak. Steak will be done about now. The steak does want to rest. Nice and juicy popping. And what we're looking for is nice, easy push. Without too much resistance. When you've got that, got it right. So we want it nice and sort of pink in the middle, not too far done, still juicy. It's tender, it's good. Oh yes, oh yes. Steak might be my favourite meat. But that's exactly where I want it. Look at that. Beautiful colour. So the ribs, and I'm going to show you a rib to show what happens. Let's go like this. A bit of B-roll. That's what happens with the ribs. Twas the lamb. Which is now cooled down a bit. I'm going to take off a lip. Nice and soft. And that's what we want it to look like. Nice and pinkish, but not underdone, certainly not overdone. You get it, you can't. Yep. So we've got lamb from the smoker with a bit of salt and rosemary. We got salmon in the smoker with just a bit of salt because that's all you need. We've got salmon from the kettle with just a bit of salt again, all you need. But cooked on lemon. Steak, just a nice porterhouse directly off the kettle also. Corn off the kettle, and lamb off the kettle. Don't you? You know that command. You as well. Sit. Sit. I know it's weird to stand on, I know. So sit. Hey. I know. Sit down. Sit down. Good dog. No, you can't stand up as soon as I say good dog. Well, you can't. You shouldn't. Yeah, they're pretty cute. High five? That's not a high five, is it, mate? That's two hands. You're failing at. Well, anyway, you get it. They say hello. Hello, say the dogs. Of course, they would be like, but you could give us some food off the barbecue. It's time for a new one. Whoop! For the B-roll. Oh, yes. We love a bit of char and a chicken. I'm going to pull that straight off. Because I'm tough as fuck. We have here a gorgeous chicken wing. Yep. Look at that. Ah! And this was done with skin on, recall. I could eat chicken wings all day. That's how good chicken wings are. And this was only salt and garlic powder, just recall. This was real simple. And just amazing. And a nice white meat on the inside. And dear Lord, a chicken wing's fucking great. It's time for that leg to come off. Well, that's crispy chicken leg. And thigh separated. Just to show everybody what that looks like. A little drumstick. Juicy white meat. You can't, like, Check this chicken. Not gonna have much. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're done. Chicken breast. Now, that's gonna sit for a second. The reason that's gonna sit for a second is very simple. It's bigger than the other bits. It's time to eat some of it. It's like a chicken nugget, only about 50 million times healthier. Now, even chicken breast being drier and not as flavorful as thighs, dear Lord. It's good gear. So I say drier, like it is drier, but it's not. It is not dry by any measures. Yeah, the shirt. Right. I went to a quiz night and I sat on a chair, and under the chair was a thing. The shirt, yeah. So there was a little tag under the chair that I sat on, and at one point in the night, it was, hey, everybody check your chairs. If you're like, you got a thing under it, come up and you get a shirt. And I happen to have one. So I think it was like 4 people in the room of like 100 people. I was like, yeah, that's right, bitches. I got a fucking shirt. Yeah, I love shirts. Shirts are fantastic. Smoky. Which up now you can tell by the colour of the tray that they've been in smoke. Nice and warm. They're soft but not mush again. And that's what you do in smokers, you know? Bit of onion. A bit of crunch. But not spicy. Exactly what you're going for, an onion. And potatoes hot. Oh yes. Just sweet. Oh, that's dripping. It's dripping juice, dripping chicken juice. You know. It's much softer off the smoker, I'm not gonna lie. We'll just put it under both, just in case we get a color gradient difference. Gives a bit of a pinkness. We want to chop the leg away. Just a little bit. Oh yeah, yeah, you know, taste like the chicken, the salt in there, you can taste the pepper, but the smoke just does something, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what the science behind it is, but the meat gives zero resistance. It is juicy. I don't know if you can see the drippingness of the juiciness, but you can. That's a thigh, of course. Gonna chop up some of this chicken breast, just so we know. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. Mate. Ah, done. Oh yes. Let me get the smoked beef ribs. Fucking get on my level, Arch. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Now, short rib is my favourite cut to smoke. That right there. The fat cap has rendered down, not with little resistance. I want to say almost none. Ready? So, and let's go. 1, 2. Yep. Pretty good. Pretty pleased with that. There's like a bit of a jiggle to smoked meat, and you definitely want that. But it wants to be nice and... This is commonly known as the best bite in barbecue. And the reason is very simple. It's because it's very juicy. Exactly as you like it. It doesn't take any work at all to chew. Rick, I wish you could try this. It's like, you know you're chewing, but there's just not enough of a resistance to like you just can't. You just can't. Nice and barky versus the inside. Double camera angle, how you like that? Just goes right fucking through. When it does this, I've made the cut, but I didn't press it apart. And what that is to show is that it just wants to separate on its own. We can do this further. Yeah, it's really hot. When you can just... Ow. Love a bit of brisket. And when it just comes off the bone like that, nice and clean, your bones can look like that. Come on, back on the chair. Get back on the chair. What? Sit. Sit. Anyway, that is it from me. So, I better take the fuck off, to be honest. Bye to the puppy as well, of course. Is it night? No, it's just really dark behind me because I cannot come up with a good reason it would be dark behind me other than night because I'm outside. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Thank you all for being here, my dudes. I will, of course, be back next week, my dude. Until I'm back here, my dudes. Until I'm back under the name that is currently non-existent. Until I'm back here on your screens, your devices. Until I'm back here to give you the hype and to hydrate. Until I am back here, my dudes, next week. Bye for now.